Welcome to Revlog.
Here we go.
I'm not Chris Johnson. I'm Scott Lane, as far as I know, and we're glad you joined us today. We're talking about joy, the joy of the Lord, and joy as we experience in this season of Advent. And so, Aaron, as we read our reverse passage this week, this day, what are your initial thoughts on this passage?
Thank you, Scott. It's so good to have you with us today. We are just thrilled to have you joining us. We're just rolling through Advent, aren't we? It feels like the turkey isn't even cool, and here we are. So
the goose barely got fat.
That's right. But this, I'm really, really grateful that this text is coming at this time. This weekend is going to be Christmas at First. And we are looking Christmas at First this year. The theme is called "Now All Is Well," and it's a beautiful way to look at that word Noel that we have. It's a contraction of that phrase "Now all is well," and when you think of first century Earth and humanity at that time, and how many years it had been since they had heard from the Lord, and there was longing, there was a desperate need, and because of this Savior, now all is well. And the story hasn't changed. As we look at our lives and our struggles, we have Jesus. It doesn't mean the struggles go away, but we can balance that to say I can walk through a valley, but I can say all is well because of Jesus. And we're really gonna try and unpack that this weekend as we think about what does the word joy mean. And I love that we think about this in this time of Advent, this longing that we have. There is a sense of joy, not exuberant happiness that like we often associate it with, but this sense of being able to cope, being able to make your way through. That is a sense of peace and well-being that is foreign to most people. This idea of joy, to walk through any season and say, I am all is well because of this child.
Ryan, what are your initial thoughts?
I noticed the word remember in that. The Lord has remembered. And I was thinking about some of the other Psalms, several of them say, and then even the prophets, and they say, why have you forgotten us? And I don't know that we, we don't probably pray like that, and I think we're missing out on that kind of rawness, probably
Honesty and vulnerability.
Absolutely. I mean, there's even a psalm that says, finally, the Lord roused himself like a man coming off of a 3-day drunk, or something like that. Or as a man arouses himself from the stupor of wine. I know I've never prayed like that or thought of the Lord like that, but the psalmists do. And here, in this psalm, we have this, he has remembered, after all. And what an amazing blast of goodness as it rolls over your body, to think, could that be so again? Could I feel that rush of rescue and relief? Sort of like standing out and feeling I'm told we're having a cold front come in at some point. I don't know. To feel that, when the cold front comes in, you feel that immediately.
Yeah.
And the Lord has remembered, and to yearn for that, and to spend time sitting in that kind of experience and longing for it to be your own experience. I think about J.R.R. Tolkien, and there's a song in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, some late in the book, and in this song, this is one of the most beautiful phrases I've ever read, and it says, "Everything bad is coming untrue." And that, when the Lord remembers, that kind of joy and goodness just rolls in, and it is, and all is well.
Yeah. Aaron, what questions do you have? Did this spark in your
Well,
mind?
really, it's a pretty selfish thing this week. I mean, as this is one of the grandest expressions of the worship ministry all year long, and we look forward to this. We long for this, and but even at the mountaintop and in the struggle of putting everything together, am I willing to experience the joy of the Lord in these moments? I mean, there's going to be many times this week where I'm going to be, at my wit's end, just making sure everything's right. And it's in those moments that I need to remember that, He didn't come for pomp and circumstance. He didn't come for the fireworks and explosions. He came to bring joy to the earth. And so am I willing to experience that and to let that joy dictate my interactions with my brothers and my sisters, and to share with the world?
Brian, what about you? What questions are...
First, a thought, and as I'm thinking about all is well, I'm thinking about the medieval mystic Julian of Norwich, who said in one of her visions, she heard Jesus say, "All shall be well, and all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well." And then I go back to the Lord has remembered. And so my question is, with that longing building up in me, will you remember us, Lord? That's my question.
Well, we would welcome your comments and thoughts on this Psalm 98 as we study that this week. Feel free to click the link down below and comment. Thank you for being with us today. We love you guys.